Hi, welcome to No Construction. So I ended up speaking twice. Mr. Coppola asked me to. I mean, I just don't know what more I can say because I don't like repeating myself. But I mean, it seems I have to. I mean, he's right. You're gonna have to keep repeat. Well, I'm gonna have to keep repeating myself. Not anybody who's not watching this. Um, and then after I got out, somebody from the county stopped me and said, "Oh, well, why don't you do a community garden on your property?" Essentially putting money where my mouth is. Not like I haven't done that, tried to do that twice in meetings that they asked me to. None of the meetings I asked them to have done, but meetings they've asked me to show up for, and they wasted my time. They just reinforced the rhetoric, you know, and it's. I don't think the county really understands what they're doing. They just see as more money in their personal pockets in the future, and they don't know what they're doing. Ultimately, bottom line, and they don't understand how things work. Okay, if I don't understand how things work, well, it's their job to make it clear. Okay, so I don't remember precisely what the person from the county told me, because after they told me it, I damn near saw red. I mean, and it really amounted to you could contribute more and put your money where your mouth is, and you could be in control of it. I'm not saying I have to be in control of anything. I just don't want my ideas stolen from me. I've worked hard on these ideas and all this other stuff. All right, it isn't just like pop in my head. I didn't steal it from someone. You know, I've worked hard on them. I'm not going to risk them being stolen by elected officials, politicians, whoever, so they can get credit for work they did nothing for. But it's like, okay, why don't you do a community garden? Get in touch with a nonprofit, and it's like, okay, well, one, where's the water going to come from? All right, most likely my house, right? Okay, who's going to pay for that? I'm pretty sure I'm not even going to waste my time looking into it. Even if there's a chance I am wrong, that they're going to look at, oh, that's your donation. Oh yeah, come next year I can write it off on taxes, but it doesn't mean no good now. You know, we might not be able to afford this year's taxes. I am pretty sure in 2020, excuse me, in 2020, we're not going to be able to afford the taxes, no matter how much I save. Like I said last time, there's not much more room for me to save, or to save more. All right? Literally, after paying and buying what I need to buy uh, in August, $5 in my bank account. This is five something and some change. But so hell, we'll say it's $10. $10. All right. Next month it might be even tighter. Well, actually, it is because there's some things I know I'm gonna need to buy, but uh, I'll just have to figure something out because I won't be able to afford them. You know. So buying, paying for water, I can't make the bill just for us. How am I going to make it for who knows how much? Same with electricity. More people, the more strains putting on the uh, water systems, more it's putting on electrical systems, and the more strain that's doing, the higher the cost of those are going. Plus, when those who run those businesses for the water and electrical lose at the pony races, they raise the damn bill so they can to charge more so that they're not out that money. I don't know if they're betting on horses or anything like that, but it just seems like out of the blue, the water and electric bills go up. We're using less, but we're being charged more. You got me. You know, and we use more, well, then we're going to be charged more on that. So whatever this community garden goes into, on top of that, to finish up this point, is they're telling me, well, what if you farm on there, corn or whatever, do away with that and do the gardens? Uh, no, motherfucker. All right, no. Without that farm ag deduction, we wouldn't be able to afford the property. And again, whatever we're paying is cheaper than what it is for an apartment. And it's definitely cheaper than what it is for housing. The typical mass development housing. You know, we would be homeless already, which I go over in this in a bit. But yeah, so they're telling me, oh well, do away with the farm. They get ag deduction. All right, and do a community thing that's going to be all on you. But at least you'll be helping someone. That's what I'm trying to do, and we'll talk about it after this. So again, I talked twice. I'm going to go over my second one. It's about agenda-specific items. Last week I talked about taxes are getting so high I may end up homeless on Wilco's current path, and left off with the definition of treason because some actions taken by local politicians are conducive to treason. Taxpayers of the area come last. No other word fits better to describe politicians giving up American people's rights to anyone else, especially an organization, company, corporation, etc. This goes back to THF. All right, they said screw the people's rights, come on in THF. And then I read the definition for treason, uh, and it's go visit San Francisco. Homeless and needles almost everywhere. California has almost a quarter of the world's homeless and the highest living costs. Clearly, there's a connection. That's our future. I say again, we're repeating history. Wilco admits no one wants what's being done, and in the same breath says it can't be stopped because it's planned. While on a planned patrol on a planned route, we come across an improvised explosive. It makes no sense to continue as if it wasn't there, and yet that's what the county and every city within is doing. This construction is like a lacerations politicians perpetuate. Then some idiot comes along, looks at the space on either side of the road, and says, let's build more, making the laceration worse. No rational person moves up their death sentence. It has to stop somewhere, or most will be homeless and our resources gone. Wilco has told a resident of 28 years to leave before acknowledging any problems is created. It's actually 29 years, believe it or not. But again, I'm repeating the speech because someone asked me to. But yeah, it's officially 29 years I've been here. My understanding is if I was a company willing to do something that'll harm us, they'll listen. Because I'm a resident, I'm not worth hearing. Because they told me no one pays attention to what you're saying, even though they said, oh, well, we're listening. Well, pick one. Which one is it? Yeah, I'm not asking what the county can do for me. I'm telling the county how it can help repair us. Hotel, uniform, Papa. And that hotel, uniform, Papa goes back to them analyzing my speech. Well, alright. Go figure that one out, huh? I think citizens should be the ones to. This is dealing with agenda items, but I said it in my normal speech. I think citizens should be the ones to vote on raises or compensation for elected officials. Where do you think the paychecks will go then? I think there'll be less every time, until the people stop having their taxes abused and people are represented instead of companies. Uh, so yeah, they're giving themselves raises one way or another, and they're abusing our taxes by doing spending on things we don't need, don't want, and in turn raises our taxes significantly. Uh, I don't know about anyone else, but makes sense to me. A good idea to me is for every dollar elected officials needlessly raise our taxes is one less in their paycheck. And it was items 27, 28, and 55. It deals with survey and investigation of some sort. 27 was 30. No. Uh, I forget. I should have had the paper. But between 27 and 28 was around 55, $59,000, and number 55 for an agenda item on August 14th, 2018 was $80,000. Uh, all those combined can buy a survey UAV for 50 to 70K. 5K less than 27 and 28 combined and 55 together, and we'll never have to spend that amount again. Can almost buy two for that. I wrote this. I know it's horrible. I'm creating an excuse. Shouldn't do that. But here comes an excuse. This part, wrote within minutes. And then there was an item on there where a music video is approved. It was using some portion of Georgetown to for filming a music video. But me wanting to use our funds to help amputees is a no. Where does that make sense? All right, I realize that's money coming into the county with the amputee deal, the NASA deal, help to fight fires. That'll bring significant amount of money into the county. Last year alone, in California, it was $13 billion plus in damages. All right, so you half that. That's $6.5 billion idea. And it all goes back to, I mean, would you not spend $1 to save two? And then you scale that up, you would at least spend $1 billion to save 13. And then these recent fires in California, is said it's the worst in history. And then I guess you got Sweden now. Now, what's going on there? I don't know. But there's supposedly a whole bunch of fires being started. Arson. And my idea to stop fire, yeah, you wouldn't be hopping one fire to fire. You could do this all from one fire station. I mean, granted, there's distances, but, and it, what? I would say Cedar Park. You could probably 2 fire stations, maybe 3, and no one would have to leave the fire station to put out those fires. Okay, and some of these smaller ones, like a house fire or brush fire, like one cop car can handle that. One. All right. Tell me that's not worth a boatload of money. But no, music video. Oh, let's do that because that'll bring some money into the area. It won't even be a drop in a bucket compared to what I'm trying to bring in. And they want me to do it all myself so later they can claim the idea as their own and go, wow, what good work this politician did. And they've did nothing. So this is probably where, this is where I talk the second time. 36, which is about raising taxes. They put out like 5-6 decimal points, but running that number against what uh, our tax bill is projected to be, the estimation, it'll raise $19 for the current estimation I was given for my property. $20. It doesn't seem all that bad until it's weighed against $20. Can be 2 days worth of food for a family of 3. You buy boxes of noodles, some rice. Boxes of noodles are $2, $3 a pop. So, uh, you know, right there, 6 days worth of food. And yes, we've done that. And we're about to be there again where we have to starve all day and then eat a box of noodles. And that's all we have. You know? It was noodle or rice. Well, which one do you want tonight? You know? It's no joke. We've been there. A bunch of people are there already. And we're headed there again. And that's just with a $20 increase in taxes. Now, they said that is the max amount it would be. But still, that's where we're at. $20 can be stretched for almost a week's worth of food. 6 days, box of noodles. Uh, and due to other living costs being raised because more people, more problems, and excess construction. So when this construction's done, the perceived values will increase. We'll be in that debt, all that lovely stuff. Like I said earlier, more people, the more straining the water and electrical system, so we're being charged more due to that. My family may have to make $20 of food last a week. If we lived anywhere else, we would be homeless already. I've offered to bring money into the county on a consistent basis, meaning there will be always a constant flow of money. It won't be just this one time deal and that's it. And my time was wasted. Bringing money into the county will, if anything, cease the need to raise taxes as they are being raised currently. If my land goes, that's 14 acres of food gone. I say again, most food, one way or another, starts on farms. Going dark here for a second. Food's gone. I say again, most food, one way or another, starts on farms. And the county and every city within is taking actions that end up paving the farms. Forcing people to sell. All right, they're forced to sell, and then they go, well, look at all this development. Well, let's spend our tax money on that, and we have to pave this farm. All right, 14 people. That'll be less food. 14 less people worth of food. Because the estimation is from 1 acre to 2 acres needed to feed any one person for a year. So that easily could be 28 people. And well, okay, yeah, 20 people, not a big deal. But it's not just those 20 people. All right, the other farms are being paved, and so on and so forth. You know, uh, it won't matter how much anyone has in their bank account if there's no food to purchase. I didn't type this, but it's will that happen tomorrow? Will that happen next year? Probably not, but it'll happen sooner or later. So your kids will have to deal with it, and this isn't some fear mongering. All right, this is civilizations have fallen because of this. Uh, Out of all the cans kicked down the road, this isn't one of them. There's first responders that are having to move out of the cheapest of housing due to taxes. I honestly have no words for that. And it's like I can only describe the situation. I have no words for it. It's ridiculous. All right. I thought my fighting was done. It seems like it's just beginning. And you know, and yeah, for a year and a half, I risked my life. Okay, but firefighters are at that potential risk every single day. Same with police and any of the first responders. Well, especially nowadays, you don't know who's going to pull a gun on EMS. It's happened up in Detroit. You know, but between police and firefighters, you know, every day could be potentially their last day. And now they can't afford housing. As I said earlier, buying our own survey UAV is cheaper than what is being spent in these agenda items alone. The leftover can buy a version of a 3D printer that can be used to print prosthetics cheaper, faster, and possibly with custom features as well. So to citizens, it'll be free. All right, you're spending that money. All right, you could buy your own UAV for we'll say it's $80,000. All right, $80,000. Get some nice bells and whistles, and you can do that instead of the what is it, 10, 12, 10 to 12, I think, somewhere in there, of surveying for every 20 acres. Okay, these UAVs, they have, I don't know if they all have forward looking infrared, but they have thermal, uh, and they can map it and do all the elevation deals and all that happy horse shit. All right, so at most $80,000. That's one agenda item. That's what that costs. And you won't be spending that money again for any future surveys. Okay? Have somebody in the county do that as a job. They can go with the road commission and all that. All right, you know, you can be paired with that. That's creating a consistent job. And, you know, and I didn't really put my idea clear out there. You know, because I said that's what I'd rather have my money spent on. You know, and then it kind of the judge laughed at something. All right, I don't know what. I'm just saying I was talking. I said that he laughed, and currently it's Gaddis, but I'm just no joke. Mr. Kevlar was talking about better spending. Okay, so if we can spend $80,000 once and not to have to spend $80,000 on that thing ever again, I think it's a decent thing. You know, I'm putting real numbers down, and it's like, yeah, okay, oh well. I'm not pulling them out of thin air. If I put real numbers down, I got them from somewhere. So what? We'll say it's $10,000 for every 20 acres. All right, that's 160 acres that can be surveyed for the price of one drone. You know, and then subsequently after that, you're saving money. You break even at at that amount of acres. Yes, I forgot the number. I did the math, forgot it. Don't remember what my math was, but oh yeah, 160 acres. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it.